Hey everybody, it's Adam Marsland, and I'm actually just here kind of getting the whole stage set and testing out my snazzy new lavalier microphone, getting ready to do the next episode of Pet Squares. And since I had to kind of check out the microphone and make sure there was nothing embarrassing in the background, I thought I'd do a little quick update on the channel. Since there have been a lot of really cool developments, but I haven't done that many new videos, but I've been really proud of the videos that have come out. And that's sort of the way I'm thinking about things going forward. I'm really very, very pleased with how the most recent videos have done. I put a lot of extra time into them, which meant that they took longer, and that meant there were fewer videos coming out. But we've been rewarded with a lot of new people watching the shows, and I'm just thrilled. I'm totally thrilled, and I'm finally on a little firmer financial footing, so it means I won't have to come begging to you guys quite as often for support, and as able to get the snazzy lavalier. This is a big deal for me, actually. It's been frustrating to me that the sound quality on some of the shows hasn't always been the way I wanted it to be. I actually bought a lavalier microphone a while back, and I used it on some shows, and honestly, it was garbage. It was actually worse than the microphone in the iPhone, so I just gave up on using it and put the iPhone back in. But especially with the last couple of Pet Squares shows, even though the sound is fine, because I kind of ramble on a little bit, and sometimes my voice is loud, sometimes it's a little quiet. I know sometimes it can be hard to understand what I'm saying, and that bugs me, so it's sort of the next step to try and get things up with the channel. And that's where I want to go next. I mean, I've been really getting away from the idea of I've got to get this video out, and really getting back to the idea of I want to make the best video I can within a reasonable amount of time. And I've really been rewarded. I mean, the last several videos, the Owasco videos and the Adam Walks Around that came after that, the Pet Squares episodes, significantly higher viewership. And you guys that have been supporting the channel have stuck right with it, even though the pace of the shows has slowed down a little bit. We've even got some new patrons. And that's one of the things I want to ask you guys about, because finally I'm going to start making a new Pet Squares bonus episode for you patrons. I'm like a year overdue for doing this, and I'm sorry, as always. Everything I say that I'm going to do, I generally am going to get around to doing. Everything I said I was going to do in the last video that I haven't done yet, I'm still going to do it. Just got to give me enough time. But I am planning, as we do the new Pet Squares, to finally do the bonus episode of Brian Wilson's Productions in 64. That will be for patrons and significant contributors to the show. And as I've been thinking about it, because really, I mean, we're monetized now, but I still haven't really seen any money from Google. I'm not complaining about that, because what I'm really trying to say is you guys have kept this going, and we had a rough patch last year, and you guys got me right through it. Now things are a little bit easier. I can invest a little bit more in I can use the stuff to improve the show. There's going to be some ability to do some travel later for some more Adam Walks Arounds. So I wanted to ask those of you that have been supporting the channel, and also those of you that have thought about it, what other things would you like me to do for patron-only content? I mean, the bonus episodes of Pet Squares seem, like they're pretty popular. And, I was trying to think of things that I could do. I mean, there's all kinds of things I could just throw off, like what I'm doing right now, that some of you would be interested in. But we are talking about, 40, 45 people, not an insignificant number of people, but I don't want to make something that only 5 of those 45 people are going to be that interested in. So that's one thing I wanted to ask. Suggestions for patron content that I could put up on the video channel. So put that in the comments if you would. And what's coming up next, I'm going to be filming Pet Squares. I may even try to do it tonight. It's rather late here, but the lighting's actually better than I expected. I had a lot of trouble with the lighting in the last place I was staying, so that I could only film during the day and without the air conditioning on, which in Cambodia was no fun. Another reason I wanted to get the lavalier mic going. But here it looks like I can do this at night, so that's pretty slick. So I'm going to try to get the next Pet Squares done. It'll probably be another two-parter. We're going to cover the Summer Days and Summer Nights album. I'm also planning at the same time to do a new bonus episode, and it'll be like the last one. So the first half will be up on YouTube, and then it'll get faded out on you. And then you guys that are patrons of the channel, you'll get to see the whole thing. It'll be really cool for you. We have one more backlogged Adam Walks Around episode that will be the 50th episode that brings the series back to the Philippines, kind of wraps up that whole arc of am I ever going to get back to the Philippines? I did. In fact, I'm in the Philippines right now. Kind of interesting side note. But that episode was actually filmed more than a year ago, and I'm really embarrassed about that. You know, there were good reasons why it took that long to edit. But I'm going to try to make a big deal about the 50th episode, since it's kind of a big deal. You know, 50 episodes of any YouTube series, let alone one like Adam Walks Around that has become so complex. And I think I've decided on what I want to do moving forward with Adam Walks Around. The nice thing is it looks like there's going to be the ability to travel again, which is the vision I had for the show in the beginning. And I have filmed a 51st episode, but I've promised myself that I will do no more of these bank a lot of episodes and then it'll take me a year to edit them. I think that's garbage. I'm just going to do one or two at a time, stop, edit them, you know, get them up and make sure it's a more timely show. But I think the shows that have done well in the Adam Walks Around series, first of all, there's been a built-in audience for each one of them. That sort of is a no-brainer. But also, they've told a story. And as I've been getting more and more into voiceovers and scripting content, which is something I think I'm kind of good at, and I'm getting decent at voiceovers, and I'm enjoying doing it. And I'm, you know, I like how I look right now, but there have been times during the filming of these shows when I haven't liked my personal appearance, and I want to make this look good for you guys. So there's times, you know, I'd rather you hear me than see me, depending on where I'm at physically at that moment. But I also think it's just more compelling to frame the shows around a story. Now, when I first started doing Adam Walks Around, I experimented with voiceovers, and I decided it didn't really work with the spontaneous nature of the show at the time. But the show really started finding an audience when we brought in our focus, and it started with the first Bill Wasco episode, which is now almost at 5,000 views, which is immense for this channel, which is because we're just a little channel. And I was really embarrassed because it was the pandemic, and my hair I looked like a homeless guy, basically. Even worse for the one after that. But the content I felt really solid about, and that's where I started not just doing a traditional vlog, but starting to do things with a little more scope to them. And I think that's the way I want to go. I want to do better and better work, and I'm going to try to frame the travel shows that I will do in the upcoming seasons. I guess it's season 6 now, right? Yeah, season 6 of Adam Walks Around. I'm going to try to frame that with some sort of overarching narrative, and I think I have an idea what that's going to be, but some of that will be determined by life, what happens in my life and in the world. But that's kind of where I want to go. But I ever since I started doing Adam Walks Around, I wanted to do more than Philippines, Indonesia, Cambodia, US, bounce around between the same 4 countries. Episode 51 finally gets out of that box. We go to another country, and that's going to be my goal for the future episodes. I mean, there'll still probably be some episodes in the same areas that we're used to, but I really want to get to some new countries and see some new places. For the people that are fans of the music content of this channel, I have a lot of stuff ready to go, some really cool stuff, and part of the reason I haven't done it yet, besides time, is there are so many new viewers, and some are for Adam Walks Around, some are for Pet Squares. I don't want everyone to just get deluged with music and say, what the hell is this? And especially there's a lot of new Pet Squares viewers. I really want to get a new Pet Squares up first and foremost, but I have a lot of really cool music stuff ready to go. A lot of really good live footage from the Cambodia shows I did. And I know some of you that are interested in my music have really wanted to see what I was doing over there. I got some good stuff from there. And I have a really interesting new music video planned also. Don't want to give away a secret about that, but it's going to be really different. And I think it has a good chance of finding, again, a new audience for the channel and for the things that I do. And I've even been toying with the idea that we have 2 series that are kind of on hold. Expat Curious, I just haven't gotten around to doing that because, again, the 2 main series have taken up a lot of time, and there's not a huge audience for Expat Curious, but I do have a concept for a show. One of these days I'll probably just do it. The Beautiful Bombs, which is something I kind of tried out and abandoned a year ago, that's also started to pick up views, and I actually did bits of 3 more episodes for that. So there's a chance I might bring that back if that keeps picking up momentum again. But what was I going to say? I don't remember. I was going to say something. Senility. It hits all of us. But yeah, I'm delighted with where the channel's going, and that this year it looks like there's going to be some ability to make really great content. I don't mean that like, hey, I'm so amazing, because I'm actually one of the most self-critical people you will ever meet. And I was just looking at one of the more popular videos that I've done recently, and I just kind of went, yeah, but I could have done this and I could have done that. And that's good, because you always want to be raising your game. But the thing that really hit me, you know, I have a lot of younger friends here in Southeast Asia where it's okay for older people to mix with younger people, not like America where we have a huge panic about that. But one of the great things about being able to mix with people of different generations is they turn you on to what's going on. And for, you know, especially for someone like me who doesn't have kids. And I've had a lot of exposure recently to TikTok, and it sort of clarified in my own mind that I am not that kind of creator, and I never will be. It's not my strong suit. I used to feel kind of apologetic about doing long form content, but there aren't a lot of people doing it, and there aren't a lot of people doing it telling the kind of stories that I've started to get into, and I think it's something I'm good at, and it's something I want to do. These are the kind of things that interest me. I'm not really interested in doing a 3-minute, you know, blah. I mean, you know, this is fine, just talking like this, that's cool, but I don't want to, you know, I don't want to sit there trying to invent glib little things to throw up on the internet. And the really great thing about you guys supporting the channel, the thought I didn't complete earlier about not getting any money from Google yet, is you guys value what I do. You know, it's not a huge number of people, but it's a growing number of people. And for me to keep going, that's all I really need. And that's all it's ever been about for me in the things I create. I don't need a ton of people to be interested. I just need to know that there's some, you know, enough to justify the effort. And recently I have really felt that. So I want to thank you guys. And I had some other stuff I was going to say, but I can't remember what it was. So let's just see how this video looks, and if it looks good, and if it sounds good, I'll put it up on the internet. And I'll get to work on the new Pet Squares and get some content up for you. All right. Thanks.